Oh man, grab your matcha latte and pull up a chair because Kaiju No, 8 Season 2 Episode 11 just slammed into us like Kafka accidentally hulking out during a team-building BBQ. We're deep in the Kaiju weapon arc now, with the defense force isn't just swinging suits at monsters anymore, they're turning fallen Kaiju into high-tech exosuits that make Iron Man look like he's wearing tinfoil. And Episode 11? It's the gut punch payoff to all that build-up, titled Shackles, loyalty, and the fight to prove humanity. Picture this, the sterile hum of the Ariake maritime base's testing grounds, floodlights cutting through the mist like laser beams, and the air thick with that metallic tine of impending doom. It's not just a fight, it's a soul-bearing brawl that has you yelling at your screen, don't you dare hold back, Kafka. Let's rewind the tape or, fast forward through the episode's opening tension. Our boy Kafka Hibino of 32 going on eternal underdog is still reeling from his I'm a Kaiju deal with it reveal back in Season 1. But instead of a quick trip to the disposal chute, Director General Hoshina Kikuru's no-nonsense start and the Defense Forces Walking Legend decides to play judge, jury, and Kaiju exterminator all in one. No summary execution here, Isao slaps Kafka into a brutal compatibility trial for one of those numbers weapons the god-tier suits forged from the husks of Kaiju No 2 and beyond. Kafka's got shackles on his wrists, little glowing energy cuffs that zap him if he kaijus out too hard, and he's facing off against none other than Vice Captain Tsushiro Hoshina, the blade-wielding demon who's basically a kaiju slang ninja on his espresso. The big moments? Buckle up. It kicks off with Kafka in his human form, dodging Hoshina's dual swords like he's in a deadly game of tag sweat flying, breaths ragged, the camera zooming in on those wide, desperate eyes that scream, I just wanna fight monsters, not my boss. Hoshina's not pulling punches, he's a blur of crimson flashes, quipping lines like, come on, old man, show me that monster hard or I'll carve it out myself. The vibe shifts electric when Kafka cracks his kaiju form, erupts in a shower of scales and fury, ripping free from the shackles in a moment that feels like the Hulk finally saying screw it to Bruce Banner. Cue the symphony of clashes, Kafka's raw power versus Hoshina's precision, buildings crumbling like cardboard sets, sparks flying from suit impacts that light up the night like a kaiju fireworks show. He characters steal the spotlight left and right. Kafka's a heart on his sleeve hero, grunting through the pain while flashing back to his sweeper days, the goofy grin cracking even as blood trickles down his chin, pure everyman heroism that makes you root for him harder than for your fantasy football team. Hoshina. The smug samurai with the soft spot, testing Kafka not just physically but emotionally, forcing him to prove he's loyal to the team, not some inner beast. Kikoru Shinami hovers on the sidelines, her axe at the ready, torn between daddy issues and genuine belief in Kafka her don't screw this up, idiot, pep talk hits like a warm gut punch. And lurking in the shadows? Mina Shiro, the stoic captain whose silent gaze says more than any monologue, come back to us, partner. Rino Ikiko pops in for comic relief, fumbling a gadget that nearly zaps the wrong person, reminding us this squad's family of flaws and all. The overall vibe? It's a pressure cooker of high-stakes action laced with raw emotion like if Rocky met Pacific Rim in a therapy session. The episode pulses with its signature Kaiju No 8 energy, heart-pounding fights that leave you breathless, undercut by humor Kafka mid-transformation yelling, not the face, that's my good side, and those quiet beats where the characters' bonds shine brighter than any explosion. By the cliffhanger Kafka pinning Hoshina but hesitating, Isao's voice booming, is this your humanity, you're left gripping your cup so tight the foam spills. Damn, it's alive, it's visceral, it's got me replaying that final clash on loop like a caffeine-fueled fever dream. Alright, let's geek out on the visuals because Production IG with a sprinkle of studio car magic knows how to make kaiju carnage look like a Michelin-star meal. Episode 11's art style is a love letter to dynamic shonen flare bold lines, vibrant color pops those electric blue energy shackles against the rusty red of Hoshina's blades. Chef's kiss and backgrounds that feel alive, from the rain-slick testing arena to the flickering holograms of Kafka's vitals spiking like a heartbeat monitor on steroids. Character designs hold strong, Kafka's kaiju form gets this grotesque yet cool upgrade, scales rippling with subtle textures that make every flex feel organic, not just a CGI slapdash. Kikoru's wild hair whips like it's got its own gravitational pull, and Isao's stoic mug could launch 1,000 memes. The animation? When it sings, it soars asterisk. The fight choreography is a star-fluid Sakuga burst during Kafka's transformation, where limbs elongate in slow-mo glory, veins pulsing like they're about to burst symphonies of destruction. Hoshina's sword dances are a ballet of brutality, each area a frame-perfect explosion of motion, blur, and debris. It's gorgeous, gripping stuff that had me pausing to admire the way light refracts off shattered concrete, turning chaos into poetry. Official previews and source material from the manga shout-out to Naoya Matsumoto's raw panel energy shine through in those peak moments, making you feel the weight of every punch. But hey, full transparency over our cafe table, it's not all flawless. There's a noticeable dip in fluidity during the quieter build-up scenes. Those emotional flashbacks to Kafka's training days feel a tad stiff, like the budget got funneled straight to the boom-boom sequence is fair, but oof. Some crowd shots of the observing officers blur into generic blobs, losing that punchy detail the manga nails with its expressive faces. And while the kaiju effects are top tier, a few transformation transitions stutter just enough to yank you out like hitting a pothole on a joyride. It's gentle nudge territory, not a deal breaker. Season 2's overall polish is still leagues above your average monster mash, but if they crank up the consistency for S3, it'll be untouchable. Still, for what it delivers in raw spectacle, I'd rate the visuals a solid 8.5/10, gorgeous enough to forgive the occasional wobble. Phew, leaning back in this cozy cafe booth, steam rising from our drinks like kaiju breath. I gotta say, Kaiju No 8 isn't just an anime, it's a full-body high-five to every underdog story that ever made you believe in second chances. Series overview time, at its core, is the tale of Kafka Hibino, that lovable 30-something cleanup grunt turned accidental kaiju hybrid, chasing his childhood dream of joining the Japan Anti-Kaiju Defense Force alongside his blue-haired bro Reno. What starts as a monster of the week romp think Godzilla meets My Hero Academia's heart evolves into a razor-sharp blend of body horror, bromance, and bureaucratic satire. Season 1 hooks you with Kafka's secret shenanigans and that Yaji-based raid climax. Season 2 ramps it up with weaponized kaiju tech, squad loyalty tests, and deeper dives into characters like the Ice Queen Kikaru throwing out Hoshina's hidden depths. It's funny, Kafka's inner monologues are gold great, now and the team mascot from hell, thrilling those sit-up sequences. Instant goosebumps, and surprisingly poignant, tackling themes of humanity and belonging without getting preaky. Obsessed? Absolutely, with how it flips the monster hunter trope on its head, making you cheer for the beast inside us all. And the humor? That deadpan delivery during life or death stakes keeps it from tipping into grimdark territory, pure comfort food with a spicy kick. Episode 11 leaves me buzzing, man. It's the kind of installment that cements why this series owns my weekends, that raw, unfiltered test of loyalty had me utterly laugh crying through the action, rooting for Kafka to prove he's more than his curse. The emotional payoff means quiet faith, the team's unshakable vibe hits harder than any kaiju claw, reminding us why we stand these misfits. Critiques? Season 2's pacing occasionally rushes, the quieter character beats give us more Reno Cafe bro time, please, but it's minor compared to the highs. Overall feels electric, addictive, like discovering your new favorite rollercoaster mid-ride. Ow, crossing fingers for the final season 3 officially teased as the grand finale wrapping the manga's core saga. Based on Matsumoto's source arc solo, Cataclysms and Second Wave were barreling toward global kaiju Armageddon, massive coordinated attacks overwhelming the defense force, Kafka unlocking wild new powers, think full kaiju symbiosis without the berserk risk, and Shoridans with evolved powers like No 9's twisted schemes. Expectations? Epic team-ups, third division vs. the world, deeper lore on kaiju origins, fingers crossed for the human kaiju hybrid twist payoff, and resolutions that honor the human. Maybe Kafka finally gets that promotion without exploding a building. But please, more focus on the ensemble, let Aharu and the rookie shine, and give me an arc that lets her swing big. If S3 nails the scale without skimping on heart, it'll be legendary. Until then, I'm replaying episode 11 on Infinite Loop. Your turn, what's got you hyped? Pass the courses, we're in for a wild ride.